Linda Evans has been a much-loved television star for many years, capturing viewers as the strong and beautiful Krystle Carrington on the legendary series Dynasty. After years of keeping quiet, 81-year-old Linda Evans is speaking out and giving us the information we've all been wanting. Just what is it? A love affair, an internal conflict, or a backstory that could alter our view of Dynasty in an irrevocable way? Come with us as we investigate the fascinating life of the lady who was a pivotal character in a legendary television show. Hartford, Connecticut is the site of Linda Evenstad's birth on November 18, 1942. She was Arlene and Alba Evenstad's second daughter. They were all professional dancers. Moving from Hartford to North Hollywood was the Evenstad family's first move with 6-month-old Evans. Linda honed her acting chops at Hollywood High School while she lived in North Hollywood. She overcame her timidity by enrolling in acting classes, which paved the way for her career in the performing arts. Her love of performing onstage blossomed as the twins entered puberty. She conquered her shyness with the support of her growing self-confidence, which she acquired via her many roles. Evans remained grounded in her roots and found solace in her family's devotion, despite the allure of the spotlight. Along with her two sisters, Kathy Evenstad and Carol Davidson, she endured the highs and lows of childhood with the unwavering love and support of their parents. In the early 60s, Linda Evans made her acting debut. She took her first move into the entertainment industry when she changed her last name to her stage name, Evans, when she began her professional career. Evans landed her first recurring job a little later on the John Forsythe starring Bachelor Father. She kept appearing as a guest star on a number of popular 1960s shows before landing the role of Audra, including The Adventures of Ozzie and Harriet, Wagon Train, and My Favorite Martian. Evans made her television debut in 1965 as Victoria Barkley's daughter in the sitcom The Big Valley. Even though her role was less prominent in the latter 2 seasons of the show, she stayed until it ended in 1969. Evans appeared on television multiple times in the 1970s, primarily in cameo roles. Among her many detective series appearances are James Garner's The Rockford Files, Dennis Weaver's McCloud, and Rock Hudson's Macmillan and Wife. She co-starred with James Franciscus Bellamy in the short-lived 1977 spy thriller Hunter. Evans had film appearances in 1979's action flick Avalanche Express, co-starring Lee Marvin and Robert Shaw, and 1980's Tom Horn, Steve McQueen's final feature picture, a Western. When the primetime serial show Dynasty premiered in January 1981 and Evans was cast as Krystle Carrington, her career took a leap forward. Her portrayal of the caring Krystle, wife of the rich oil tycoon Blake Carrington John Forsythe, brought her immense fame and made her a household name. After casting Joan Collins as Blake's deceitful ex-wife Alexis Carrington and Chris Evans as Forsythe, the show's popularity skyrocketed despite its low-key debut. Thanks to its glitzy production values and dramatic plot twists, Dynasty became an enormous hit and is now considered a classic of the 1980s television era. For her 1982 performance in Dynasty, Evans was named the Golden Globe winner for Best Actress in a Television Drama Series. From 1982 through 1985, Evans was nominated for a Golden Globe Award for Best Actress in a Television Drama Series for her portrayal of Krystle Carrington, a role that continued to captivate audiences. The Hollywood Foreign Press Association's unceasing praise of her performance demonstrated the enduring impact of her part and the enduring fascination with Dynasty among viewers. Not only did Evans take home Golden Globes, but she also garnered great marks at the Primetime Emmys, where her nomination for Outstanding Lead demonstrated her remarkable talent and the impression she had on critics and audiences alike. Evans was also named Favorite Female TV Star multiple times by the People's Choice Awards. She continued to win over audiences all across the globe year after year, winning their admiration and devotion as the legendary Krystle Carrington. Evans was honored in the soap opera industry for her exceptional acting chops when she was named Best Lead Actress by Soap Opera Digest in 1984 and 1985. Everyone from young children to elderly viewers were captivated by her portrayal of Krystle Carrington, who captivated soap opera viewers with her strength, poise, and beauty. An iconic plot point in the show's history was her on-screen rivalry with Alexis Colby, played by Joan Collins. Despite this, Evans departed Dynasty in 1989, just 4 months before the show's conclusion, having appeared in just 6 of the 22 episodes scheduled for the 9th and final season. When she left Dynasty, Evans largely took a vacation from acting. She did, however, make sporadic appearances in TV series and advertisements. Ultimately, she chose to prioritize her health by creating her own fitness centers. Evans has worked in the fitness industry as well as the cosmetic skincare sector. She was the face and voice of the revolutionary face mask Rejuvenate, which targeted the face muscles and complexion in the 1990s. Her participation in this product showcased her commitment to helping others feel and look their best, mirroring the timeless charisma and poise that enchanted audiences for decades. Besides penning the Linda Evans Beauty and Exercise book, in which she imparted her wisdom on how to remain physically active and appear years younger, Evans' devotion to health and beauty went much beyond that. She touched the lives of many readers throughout many generations by urging them to value self-care and wellness as essential components of a fulfilling life. Several of her television films from this era include I'll Take Romance 1990, The Gambler Returns 1991, The Luck of the Draw 1991, and Dazzle 1995. She was busy in the entertainment world throughout the 90s. For the 1991 television miniseries Dynasty: The Reunion, Evans reprised her role as Krystle Carrington. This long-awaited return to the Carrington family's opulent lifestyle delighted viewers of the original series and further demonstrated the enduring allure of Krystle as portrayed by Evans. Despite Krystle's brief appearance in the miniseries, the thrilling plot points and captivating storyline were responsible for Dynasty's meteoric rise to fame. With her depiction of Krystle, Evans captivated audiences and cemented her legacy as a beloved television legend. She added warmth, grace, and perseverance to the part. Even though she had fewer film appearances in the 2000s, Evans remained a beloved popular figure. When Melora Hardin assumed her role in Dynasty: Pleasure in 2005, she was feted with a film homage. In honor of Evans's contribution to the show's enduring popularity, this fictional film provided an inside look at its creation and evolution. Dynasty: Catfights and Caviar was a documentary special that Evans and her Dynasty co-stars made the next year, and it delighted fans. Bringing back beloved characters from the beloved program, this throwback event allowed fans to reminisce and reunite with their beloved characters, showcasing the Joan Collins, Evans's former competitor from Dynasty, co-starred with Evans in the 2006 stage production of Legends. As they put on this captivating play showcasing their enduring connection and talent to audiences around the world, their professional rivalry turned into a collaborative effort. In 2009, she was also a contestant on the British reality show Hell's Kitchen. Famous chef Gordon Ramsay hosted the show, which featured celebrity chefs undergoing intensive training and competing in a variety of culinary challenges. Evans' perseverance, expertise in the kitchen, and overall performance on the show won over the judges and viewers alike. She was very dedicated to studying and becoming a better cook, even though she had no professional background in the field. She was well respected by both the other competitors and the crowd for her positive outlook and dogged determination. Like some of the intense dynamics she encountered as an actor, Evans's journey on Hell's Kitchen was characterized by her tenacity and capacity to handle the high-pressure atmosphere. She gave it her all, and in the end, she won the competition, demonstrating that her skills were multifaceted and not limited to acting alone. Evans added another distinctive milestone to her varied career, winning Hell's Kitchen to her already impressive list of accomplishments. In her biography and cookbook Recipes for Life, she later shared her enthusiasm for cooking with her followers, and it was evident in it as well. Evans returned to the film industry in 2021 with a small role in the critically acclaimed picture Swan Song. Swan Song features Linda Evans as Karen Sloan, an opera singer who was famous in her day but has since faded from the spotlight. Playing the role required Evans to embody a delicate yet strong woman coping with the pressures of re-entering the public eye after a time of seclusion. Her role in this film showcased her versatility and ability to convey deep emotions, which was another major accomplishment in her acting career. Linda Evans's net worth is at $20 million. She became wealthy through her acting career, especially her stint on Dynasty, but also through her work in the health and fitness industry and her books. Evans was betrothed to Patrick Curtis when she was in her late teens. Curtis went on to marry Raquel Welch and work as a press agent. Evans has been through 2 marriages and divorces since then. Her first husband was John Derrick, who worked in film photography and acting. In 1968, Linda Evans tied the knot with John Derrick, an actor and director. Derrick, who was 16 years her senior, was a major figure in her professional and personal life. But when Derrick abandoned Evans for Mary Collins in 1974, their marriage came to an end. Evans went through a tough patch after her split, but she came out on the other side more determined and focused on her work. From 1975 until 1979, Evans was married to Stan Herman, a real estate executive. From 1980 to 1984, she resided with George Santo Pietro, who owned a restaurant. In the mid-1980s, Evans dated a number of men, including Big Valley co-star Lee Majors, businessmen Richard Cohen and Dennis Stein, and Lee himself for a short time after her second divorce. The relationship between Evans and musician Yanni began in 1989 and lasted until 1998. In interviews, Yanni talked a lot about their romance and how he was a very good impact on her life. After a DUI arrest in 2014, Evans encountered legal trouble. Evans swerved between lanes and crossed into oncoming traffic, according to the People incident report. During the field sobriety test, Evans acted sluggishly, had poor coordination, tripped over her own feet, and moved at a snail's pace. She went on to say that she wasn't impaired by drink or drugs, but rather by acute back pain caused by a slipped disc. A charge of driving carelessly was substituted for the original one of driving under the influence. Despite the difficulty of the situation, Evans used it as an opportunity to reflect on her life, learn about self-care, and chart her course to recovery. Evans has recently taken a break from acting to focus on her personal interests and projects. Her influence in the entertainment industry is undeniable, and she has even given inspirational speeches. Linda Evans deftly maneuvered through the ever-shifting film and television industry despite the many challenges she faced throughout her acting career. Among Evans's many obstacles was the pervasive gender inequity that pervaded the entertainment industry in her early years as a professional. At a period when women had few opportunities for advancement and few main roles, Evans had to face the reality that the business sometimes cast talented actresses in supporting parts or even shade characters. Evans overcame these obstacles by not conforming to societal norms and instead carving out a special place for herself in the profession with her natural abilities and unwavering resolve. The extreme pressure to conform to rigid standards of femininity and beauty was one of the biggest challenges Evans faced. Evans, who worked in an industry that often prioritized youth and physical attractiveness over all else, overcame the pressures of working in an industry that was so cutthroat that she instead celebrated her unique beauty, defied convention, and won over audiences with her effortless grace. In addition, Evans faced pervasive sexism and discrimination due to her gender in a male-dominated industry. She seemed to be confronted with threats to her career at every turn, including lower salary and a lack of opportunities for major parts. Throughout the entertainment industry, she used her platform to challenge long-held assumptions and advocate for greater representation of women. Typecasting was another challenge Evans encountered. Producers and casting directors often limited her to certain parts because of her acting chops. Evans had to actively seek out challenging jobs that showcased her variety and depth as an actress in order to break out from being typecast, by taking chances and exploring unknown territories. She broke free of her typecasting and emerged as an actress with depth and versatility. As a well-known TV personality, Linda Evans also had to cope with the constant scrutiny and invasion of her privacy. It was difficult for her to lead a regular life in secrecy because the public and media were constantly looking into her private life. The constant pressure to meet the expectations of others was another challenge she had to overcome. The film business, her devoted fan base, and critics all wanted her to maintain her exceptional performance levels, so she had to deal with their demands. At times, the burden of these obligations seemed too great to bear. Linda displayed remarkable tenacity, grace, and determination in the face of these challenges. She did more than simply make it through the intense spotlight and lofty expectations. She also cemented her place in the industry's annals. Linda Evans fought a tough struggle with chronic fatigue syndrome while the world watched her famous Hollywood career. Constant fatigue and other symptoms of this disease greatly impacted Evans's life, forcing her to overcome obstacles that others could not comprehend. Evans had to cope with the debilitating impacts of her condition while she dove headfirst into the competitive acting industry. Her relentless fight tested her mental and physical resilience and shaped her journey in numerous ways. After a sudden and worrisome decline in her health and energy levels, Evans began to battle chronic fatigue syndrome in the late 1990s. Shown a remarkable level of health and vigor while fighting a disease that was challenging to identify and manage. Evans fearlessly discussed her struggle with chronic fatigue syndrome at public events and interviews, shedding light on the profound impact the illness had on her career and personal life. She brought much-needed attention to a condition that is often misunderstood. By her honesty, which provided comfort and inspiration to others who struggled silently with their health issues. She challenged the notion of invincibility sometimes associated with celebrities by speaking up, revealing the vulnerability beneath the surface. By opening up to her fans in such a sincere way, Evans has strengthened her bonds with them and been an inspiration to those who are struggling. Linda Evans fought chronic fatigue syndrome with incredible fortitude and determination, refusing to let the disease define her. She looked into different ways of living and improving her health as a remedy. Evans emphasized the significance of self-advocacy and individualized care for persons with chronic health disorders by adopting a proactive approach to healthcare. Evans encourages people to take a more active role in their own health management and raises awareness of chronic fatigue syndrome through her public disclosures. In addition, Evans uses her platform to advocate for chronic fatigue syndrome and raise funds for research into the condition. In order for individuals affected by the disease, she has been an advocate for greater understanding and recognition from the medical community and society at large. Linda Evans' influence extends far beyond her career in show business. Her battle with chronic fatigue syndrome demonstrates that people of all walks of life and levels of achievement are not immune to health problems.